We're kind of talking about Chateau Noir and the whole concept of fine dining and what fine dining really is, and how we're going to elevate our restaurant to a different level. And I think that fine dining, for me, fine dining is about the experience that you get when you go somewhere. Not necessarily that you spend $100,000 for a meal or anything else like that, but it's how you never have to ask for your water glass to be filled. When you come in the door, people know who you are. They know your name. Just things of that nature. They know your preferences. You kind of take them to a different level when they come to your restaurant. So that's my interpretation of fine dining.
But doesn't that go with the price tag?
It doesn't necessarily have to go with a price tag because, and I tell people this, and Melvin will know, in New York there's a McDonald's that has a piano bar in it, white tablecloth, and they're selling the same Big Macs that everybody else is selling.
But that's not fine dining.
But it is an elevation of what they have. It's a perception. It's about perception.
Okay, so
what does it mean to you?
Fine dining.
Yes.
First
Yes.
is the ambiance.
Okay.
First.
The atmosphere of when you walk in the door,
First.
kind of transports you to someplace else.
You can translate that any way you want.
Okay.
Mine is the atmosphere.
Okay.
Secondly, is the price tag.
Really?
Really.
So the more
Because
you pay,
the more I expect.
Yes.
really?
Oh, off the gate. Because if I go to, for example, they might have good food there, but it might not cost a lot. Now, as far as the McDonald's, yes, it's a very pretty McDonald's, but it's in Midtown Manhattan, and they want to look like they're special, but it's McDonald's. And if somebody thinks that they're eating a better burger,
I don't know whether, but it's not. I don't know. See, that's the whole thing. I don't know whether it's about a better burger. I think it's just about. I think it's just what the. Okay. So
wait.
somebody
Let
says,
me answer your question.
Okay.
Answer the question.
Okay.
Fine dining to me is
Yes.
the ambiance, what you see when you get in there,
Okay.
the attire of the staff,
Okay.
Oh, yes.
and the price tag of the food.
Okay.
Now, I might not agree with it.
Okay.
However, water in a certain restaurant,
Should not come out the tap.
they'll charge you
Sure.
$5 for the bottle,
Yes.
and it's the same bottle you can buy at Walmart. Now, it's also the price same bottle you can buy at any McDonald's. But because you're there, they're going to charge you $3 for that $1.50 bottle of water. That's fine dining. Now, my fine dining, what differentiates fine dining from a regular restaurant is, off the gate, to me, the price. And here's my synopsis. If you got to ask how much it costs, you can't afford to go there. That's fine dining.
Okay. So if you go to a restaurant that provides you with a $150 steak, does
Okay.
that make it fine dining?
Yes.
But
Yes.
if you can get
But
the
I
same.
expect a certain level.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. I know where it's going. So if the steak is the market price, $150.
Okay.
Boom. I expect the whole picture to represent why I'm giving you $150 for this steak.
Okay,
Yes.
so when we talk about our restaurant, what does that mean? So if we charge,
It's a fine dining restaurant?
but yes.
Okay.
So if you talk about what you're doing, what does that mean? Like why does it have to? It's like working in a hotel. You can go to the restaurant in a hotel.
I don't
Stop.
compare
Wait.
a hotel
Stop.
to
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
You can go to a restaurant in a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get a plate of chicken
Mm-hmm.
for $12.
Yup.
As soon as you say, I want to have a wedding, that same plate of chicken is $65. The same chicken
Same
is
exact
$65.
chicken.
It doesn't elevate it because you charge more. You just charging
See.
more because it's a certain circumstance.
All right. That's the
So
different
do
things,
we
right?
want
But that's-
people to
that's-
know it isn't because do we want people to come to us because we charge them triple the amount
No,
for
it's
the
about
same
the
thing?
overall.
But
it's
that's
about
what
the
I'm saying.
overall.
So for me, and this is why we're having this discussion, so that as we move forward and we look at this, we can say, okay, and you might say, you have your interpretation, and I know you have your. You might say, fine dining to me is that there is a flower on every table, or there is lighting on every table, or the
There's
table.
a violin in the background.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So that might elevate it, but for me, I think it's when people come in the door, they expect that level of service to be way more.
Because it
Because
costs
of the,
more.
because it costs
But
more.
I don't-
You're not expecting the hostess at Red Robin to know your name.
And
But at the same time, you don't have to make a reservation at Red Robin. But for our restaurant, you'll have to make a reservation.
okay, hold on.
You know what I'm saying? So I know when Mr. Bland and his wife will come. Oh, hey, Mr. Bland.
Let me rewind a little bit.
Okay.
Rewind a little bit.
Okay.
'Cause I'm going to from some past experiences. And I'm glad you made the chicken reference.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we cannot do, suggestion, is don't compare a restaurant to a hotel restaurant.
Why?
Because
It's a different piece.
because a hotel restaurant, for example, we've been to restaurants at a bunch of Marriotts,
Mm-hmm.
and I bet you the restaurant at the W is not the same.
But it's the same chicken. The
Hold
Hotel
on,
Derek,
hold on,
Hotel Zaza.
hold on.
They're not buying different types
Right,
of
but
chicken.
see, you're talking about it from a chef's view.
And that's
I'm
why
talking
we're all
about it,
together.
but I'm talking about it from the customer's
Customer's
view.
standpoint.
Okay.
Now, from the customer's view, you know the chicken is
It's the
one
same.
box.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
It's a 40-pound
Right.
box of legs, wings, and
Plain
thighs.
chicken from Joey's farm down the road.
Yeah, exactly.
And I tell you, this is shipped in from Mulan and it was farm raised.
But that's
and
lying. But that's
It's not lying. It's my commercial.
Okay.
Just like today, real story, I'm selling crab cakes in HEB. My thing was, they make these right here in the fish market. Now, is it a lie? Yes and no.
No,
They-
because they probably fry them in the fish market.
They're in frying, they're raw.
Oh my God.
What they did was,
Okay.
they packaged them
I-
in the fish market. They did not make them.
Yes.
So now, for you, the consumer, they did make them because they don't come that way. So we constructed. Hold on, you're going with your chicken thing. We constructed it. Now, is that totally true? No, but the perception is you can't buy no us like this because
Okay.
we made it. Now, my point is,
But does it make it better if you sell it for $12 or $50 because you say you made it?
yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's like getting a steak on a garbage can lid or platter.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Same steak,
I guess.
but it's a presentation.
So,
Now,
so it's like
you
this.
have to right now. What you cannot
If you
do.
walked into Rudy's Barbecue and they said, okay, your dinner is going to be $85, you would look at them and go, this is a
For
buffet
what?
line. This is a cafeteria line. Why am I giving you 80? Perfect example, when I picked up the pizza the other day, the guy was like, okay, your total's $44. I was like, that's not our pizza.
You say 40.90?
Yeah.
$44.
Yeah.
I said, that's not our pizza.
How about this? Let's go to real thing. We're not gonna talk hypothetical all day because then we go back to hypothetical. Right now, Clovers.
Who?
Clovers. It's a chicken wing. It's a chicken strip place.
Okay.
Clovers.
Okay.
They're all around here.
Okay.
They sell chicken strips.
Like Raising Cane's.
Something like that.
Okay. Okay.
They just chicken strips. Now, since I've worked in the restaurant behind the scenes and blah blah blah, I am incapable of buying a chicken strip for $7. No matter how you present it.
But that's what I'm saying.
But see, it's only because of my view and I've been in that water. If I've never been behind a restaurant, I wouldn't understand the markup.
Okay.
So as a customer, and I learned from him, a shot of liquor pays for the bottle.
Sure.
Yes.
Now,
The rest pays for your overhead.
and see,
your
but
employees.
that's the business thing. That's behind house. As a consumer, I'm damaged now because I learned from Jay the money and the business of restaurateur.
Right.
So what differentiates
perception and price.
Okay,
Off
so
the
if
gate.
the perception is that you're going into some place and getting something, why does it have to come at a premium? Why can't you provide the same high quality service, not at a premium?
Because we live in a capitalist society.
I understand that, but is the goal at the end of the day to be the place that people go to once a year or once a month? And that's where
Fine dining
yes.
once a year.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. And the reason people put that fine dining
Well,
in
you
that,
have to make
in
it
that-
something that people want. So
Exactly.
in making it that something that people want, you have to make it exclusive.
Well,
so in
right.
order to keep it exclusive, you have to
Set a price.
set a price point to keep it that
I
way.
understand that, but if you're talking about from our menu, that's going to be a market menu, which means that as the seasons change,
The menu will
the
change.
menu will change.
Mhm.
Yes.
If you come in May and you love the sea bass,
You're gonna come back in the
Ju-
winter
in
to see what else is on
January,
the menu.
it's not going to be the same menu.
I know, but you're gonna come back.
But you're not, because you just said it's once a year.
I understand.
So I'm
that,
going to
but
come back. Hey,
Yeah,
it's your
yeah,
birthday.
yeah. Right,
We're going to
right.
come
So-
back
so-
for your
so-
birthday. It's our anniversary. But we need to be the place where people don't say, "Damn, I sat down and I dropped $500. It was the best meal, the best service, the best decor,
I'm
the
going
best
to-
food, but I can't go back there
I'm
on a
going to-
regular basis."
Anybody who's paying $500 for dinner
Yeah.
can come back as many times as they
Wait,
want.
no,
no,
you say that.
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, no, yes, they are.
Your
I'm going
everyday
to
customer
tell
is
you,
not
I'm going to tell you a
saving
true story. Right now, there's a restaurant, Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
Ruth Chris, I took my wife there for Thanksgiving. That was a special occasion.
Mm,
I'm not going to go there because it's Thursday.
yeah.
I'm
I
going now.
And that was because of why?
Right,
Because
and
of
an
the
average
price?
meal. No, because I knew that, for example, real thing I had, lobster with macaroni and cheese
Okay.
is not going to taste the same as it does at HEB,
But my point
and
is,
they both
what
sell.
I'm saying is
Now,
your target market is not going to be middle America, honestly.
So-
You're looking
Yes, it
at,
is. I'm middle
No.
America, and I saved up my money to go there for that occasion.
I understand that.
So
But
if
what
it's
I'm saying
birthdays,
is that is
anniversaries,
not-
Christmas,
that is not anybody in the establishment that is spending $300-$400 for
Mhm,
dinner
mhm.
is not your target market. Yes, we're gonna have
Yes.
middle America
Mhm.
as part people who save up for special occasions
Mhm.
to go here, but your everyday customer is not gonna be middle America.
Okay.
Your everyday customer is either gonna be a single or a couple, probably making anywhere from $300,000 a year and up.
Okay.
People who can afford to go out
And
and
spend
spend
$200
that
for
kind
a
of-
bottle
yes.
of wine.
All right.
Yes,
Yes.
that
Hold
is
on.
your target market.
hold on.
I'm not saying that
It's
you're
a
not
question.
gonna have middle.
There's a question.
What?
All right. I want us to ask ourselves, in our opinion,
Okay.
how many tiers of restaurants do we want to get in our head? Low, middle, fine? I mean, because you have to have I'm going to go back to the chicken.
Mhm.
There are better cuts of chicken. There's better cuts of meat. There's better cuts of steak.
So you're talking about where our standards are going to be as far as
Yeah, because there's Ruth Chris, then there's, for lack of a better word, because some people think it's a good restaurant, Red Lobster,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's Sizzlers.
Okay, but my
or-
thing is,
no,
all
so
those
it's-
are part of a chain.
Yes.
Chains have to operate to a different
Different
standard
they have
because
more
everything
accommodating
has to be the
everybody.
same.
Yes.
When you go to Ruth Chris here in
It's the
Houston,
same
it has to be
everywhere.
the same as when you go to Ruth Chris in California,
Same
and it has to be the same.
That
Yes.
should be, but it's not.
And
I
but
understand,
there are some
but they have-
regional specialties for
Yes.
each area.
There
But what
should
I'm
be.
saying is they have a baseline that
Sure.
they have to follow.
They have an established thing.
Yes.
Like,
So-
you got to know, for example, when you go to Ruth Chris, if I was Ruth Chris here and he was Ruth Chris in Maryland, we need to have the same story.
Yeah, but we don't, because remember when we went to Kenny's retirement and we went to
Virginia?
PF Chang's?
Yes.
I've gone to 3
No,
PF
that was
Chang's.
my thing.
Yeah,
That thing.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, that thing.
But I've been to 3 PF Chang's since then. None of them were as good as the one we went to. And I don't know whether it was just because it was out with my boy and we were
Yeah.
having a good time, but none of the food quality was just not as good. The
But that's
beauty
a
of
chain.
I was about to say the beauty of what
Right,
we're
right.
doing. The beauty of what we're doing is that the only standard we have to set ourselves to is our own. You know what
And
I'm
you have to
saying?
maintain
And
that
we
because a
ha-
lot of restaurants open with a certain standard, and then once things start happening, they say, okay, well, we're going to cut back this. Then
So
we're gonna cut back
what?
this.
So what do
and
you
you're gonna cut
see
back
from a
this.
decor perspective that makes it a nice environment? What decor features do you see when you first walk in? Because we all agree it's ambiance. That's the first thing. When you walk
Yeah,
in,
if I walk in and I see flies,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
whatever.
see the dude, like for example, I'm gonna sound a little braggy right here, but I've been to things that cost oh shit money,
sure.
and I've been to like okay, I gotta watch what I order. So, and I've also been in restaurants where I learned the hard way, like when you go to the bottom of the page, only one number on that page. That means everything on that page is that price. And nobody told me that. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, 36.
36. What's
So I
that?
turn the page, and this page is 12. So I'm thinking, you're not stupid,
Yeah.
because I order.
That's
So I would embarrass myself and say, hey girl,
There are not 12
why is
pages
the
in
third page 36 and the first page is 42? So I had to learn that. So again, when I go to a place, first me, as now married and used to date, I have to think of one, can I afford it? And two, is it worth it?
But let's go
Yes.
back to the original.
So
What
it's
is
the-
what
In
is
the
the
decor,
what you see?
It's in the finishes. So
Like
it's
what?
in things like your fabrics, in your textiles. It's in your lighting fixtures.
Okay.
It's in your
Lighting's big.
It's in your tables.
so is it bright? Is it bright and vibrant lighting? Is it
It
lighting per table? Like is it lighting per table? Is it you have sconces on the wall that
All of
really
that.
just?
All that
all of
depends.
I know,
that.
but you can't have all of that in one space.
Well, you
Yes,
kinda
you can.
that's too much.
No, because
It's
right
not.
now,
No,
I
it's
can
not.
drive up to 105 to a place called this bistro. We went to Valentine's Day, and Jay, I was like,
If it's
wow.
done correctly, you can have all
Yeah,
of those
yeah.
things
Because
in
you walk
one
in,
place.
the light was bright. When you sat at your table,
It was
everything looked like it was under a light bulb.
yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
so it's like a double thing. Like, wow, how is it?
You want it to
we
feel
sit
big
here
and open.
and we're under a flashlight,
Yeah.
but then you see darkness. But you can see it's weird. The
And
whole
So
you
thing
you want
is
it to be
bright.
big
I
and
understand.
open, but you want the tables to feel intimate.
Well, it's only going to be 45 seats, so it's not going to be huge. So that's 22 tops.
Mm-hmm.
That's 22 tops.
Well, wait,
So
when
you
when
have
say,
to make the
when you
people.
say 45 seats mean what?
45 seats
Seats.
total.
And okay, so
That's it.
So all right, hold on.
So
Because I've been to some really weird places
Mhm.
that I'm trying to do this picture in my head. So 45 seats means at any given time you mapped it at 45 people.
Yes,
Yes.
you
So-
cannot have a person
So
more.
does that mean that if 4 of us go, so it's all reservations first of all.
No, yes.
Okay, so forget it. What I'm gonna say. That's
What?
what sounds stupid. No, because
I mean,
I'm
we'll
So
take
in your
walk-ins.
example, if somebody were to walk in, you're gonna have to wait.
No, I can't walk in.
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you can, but
we
you're gonna have
accept
to wait.
walk-ins because although it's reservation, most of the time when you have a reservation place, they will still leave tables open for walk-ins.
Walk-ins.
If the total place only holds 45,
Then you only
and
book 30.
unfortunately, I don't want to reminisce on our stuff,
Mhm.
but we've gone to places and all of a sudden there's 3 carloads of us.
Yes.
So
And
they're
then,
gonna tell us no.
well, they're going to tell you have to wait a certain period of time. Now, so that brings me to 2 things, and I'll say this real quick. Once you have the decor set, then you have to look at how you approach your seating. Do you want to have a turn, which means if we have 45 seats at the end of the night, we want to only turn our tables
Once
0
or twice
times
or one time.
or 0 times
Why you
or
only
1
having
time?
45 seats?
Huh?
Why you only having 45 seats?
Because the goal is to be intimate, is to be sexy, is to be
Exclusive.
approachable and exclusive. If I could open up a 100-seat restaurant tomorrow, but then you have a whole different set of logistics in a 100-seat restaurant. A 45-seat restaurant allows us to switch that menu, to make it a market menu, to do things where you don't have these standardizations that everybody else has everywhere else.
Okay, let me. I'm trying to stay on the consumer end. I don't want to flip to the business.
Okay.
I want to stay in my mind as when I walk in here,
Okay.
what I'm looking for.
Yes.
I want you to keep on your behind the house hat, but I want to stay in when I walk in the door hat, and I
Okay.
have no idea who's in the kitchen.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay.
And I'm basing it on a bed and breakfast I went to before.
Okay.
When I went in there, of course, how you doing, Miss Bland? My name is Joey Major D. Show you to your table. He sat us down. He said a few words. He poured some water. Jay, be right with you. Walks away. Boom. Sitting there. 2 seconds later, here comes Jay. Hey, my name is Jay. I'm your. He made a word for wine, liquor. He ordered drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's his thing. He did a drink thing. So he just spit it out. We have these drinks.
So did you consider that to be fine dining?
Definitely.
Okay.
Because
so that's exactly
he was like, if you only got 45 people, that means your menu ain't but so long.
Exactly
So
right.
if
not going to be a
if
Cheesecake
he's that
Factory
dude,
menu.
when he walks in there, he need to be able to spit the whole menu
Yes.
and
Yes.
explain the dish.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
We make it like this. If you want it different, let me know. He walked away. The next dude came and bought what he said. He was the mouthpiece.
Yes.
So when the guy delivered it,
Yes.
he came back and said, "Do you know what you want for your entree?" And he said, "We have this and this."
Mhm.
So knowing me, being Mr. Jerk, well, what's in the seared prawn, blah blah blah, and he spit it to me, boom boom boom. So I'm like, okay, now I did that because in my mind, you ain't got that much money, so we need to put on a show, and that's me thinking, middle America, I saved up for this, and if I'm spending, I'm gonna pick the number $500, because to me, my opinion, if you don't have $500 to go out at fine dining, you can't afford to go there. And I'm talking about from soup to nuts, you paying the valet, you pay for your meal, you can buy a bottle of wine, and you can give a tip. You might not spend $500, but you need to have $500.
So why does that? So why
That's my number.
So why do you need more than 45 seats to make that to execute that?
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if I only have
No, but
45
we started off by saying that.
No, I'm agreeing with you. If it's that small, that's kind of service I
But
want.
that's the type of service that makes it fine dining.
Cool. Again, that goes back to if I'm spending that kind of money,
That's what you expect.
I expect that. That's why you're telling you. If it's fine dining, that means I hate to say this, but I shouldn't see certain people in there.
Well, but you can't stop.
I know
everybody.
I can't.
You can't.
But you know.
Yes.
That's just like you go to some places they require you to have a jacket.
Have to have a jacket.
Like, you know.
Right. And in certain places, like I don't do free no more. If something free, I don't go.
Yeah.
Because that means everybody can go.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
I mean, and I've learned that hard way. Like free means, yo, any minute a ride could break out. Any minute somebody's coming in with a 40 ounce.
So we won't have any food.
No. But so the more money I spend, and I have a extreme and unfortunately I'm damaged because I my honeymoon, I was at an all exclusive. I had a butler. So when I'm telling you, I spend a certain amount of money, I expect some wow. I need to say, yo, I need to brag about this
No,
place.
I understand.
But I want to be able to tell people, but you gotta be ready when you go there.
So with that, exactly. So with that, you have a very.
So back on the price, and I'm 1,000%. If you gonna spend some money, and if you're not spending money, it ain't fine dining.
Okay.
It's Ruby Tuesdays. It's friggin' Red Lobster.
Yeah.
That I shouldn't be able to get the same lobster I get Red Lobster at our restaurant.
Okay.
My lobster shouldn't be this big.
And it should have came out the microwave.
Wow.
Right.
We'll have no microwaves anyway.
Well, no, because if I touch it and it's rubbery, like the time me and you was at that fancy Howard Johnson's, food just was smoking.
Smoking.
Jay cut into it. Yeah, my potatoes are frozen.
Frozen in the middle.
Like, what do you mean? Smoking. There's steam coming off of this.
Right.
Butter's
They
melted.
microwaved it on the outside.
He hit that joint. He put the spoon in. Whoop. The middle was frozen. Guy took it back. He comes back with some chicken. My chicken's frozen. Smoking. He was like, man, we can't believe this.
Yeah.
Now, not compared to Howard Johnson's, but
Yeah.
it was clean.
Yes.
Right.
So fine dining, when you walk in there,
You have to
it needs
spend
to look
money.
like it's fine dining.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The dress code needs to be basically known. You kind of because I'm not going to Ruth Chris in a sweatsuit.
But some people do.
But what
No, they don't.
Yes,
Well,
they do.
people who
I
are
haven't.
spending, people who are comfortable with that price point, going to spend it, they generally will have appropriate dress.
'Cause they
That
know.
is not, yeah,
You're not
they
gonna
know.
embarrass
This is
yourself.
not their first time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to have
But
to.
there are, but not everybody that has money dresses like they have money.
But when they go eat,
They're going to dress. You're not going to embarrass yourself, Jay.
No, I'm sorry. When I was in IT, the guy that owned our company was a billionaire. He came to work
You changing it. You changing it.
That was at
every day.
but that was
Let
at
her
work.
finish.
Every day.
I know it. I've seen that
Stop.
before.
Stop.
Watch this.
Every day, no matter where he was going or
Let him
what he
finish.
was doing,
Yeah, I'm gonna
with
fix it.
a Hawaiian shirt
Mm-hmm.
and shorts on. That was at our corporate sales meetings. That was at dinners at Smith and Walensky. That's how he dressed, and he was worth billions of dollars. And that is how he dressed. When we all went now, did he do something different when he was with his wife? I don't know. But when we had sales meetings and everybody went and we were all dressed, and he comes strolling in and he's got on a Hawaiian shirt and shorts.
That's right.
And he says, I got everybody in here.
Okay, Jay, but
You
you
can't say that everybody says, I'm going to dress
Jay,
up when
but
I
you
go
missed,
out.
you missed what she said, bro.
What did she say?
That's his show. He just what he wants at his show.
Okay.
It's his show. I'm not. I got everybody. If you can say that, I don't care. You can have on drawers.
Steve Jobs
Right.
wore flipping jeans and a black
Yeah,
turtleneck
So
for
do you
8
think,
years.
So do you think that when he went out to
Michael
dinner, he
Kors
dressed
wears-
up?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's not
Because
going
his
to
wife
embarrass
told him
himself.
to.
Yeah, and he
His wife said, "You're not wearing that to dinner."
And he's not going to embarrass himself. You're
Okay.
a billionaire because guess what? You might get turned away because I don't know who you are. You might be a billionaire, but excuse me, sir,
In my
you
circle,
cannot
I
come
know
in
who
here.
You are, yeah. Okay.
I'm not a billionaire.
Okay. I got you.
Look,
I understand.
because
So you have a dress code.
for example,
So you have a dress
I
code.
don't
no,
think
you have to have one. Because for example, Eddie Howlett, who we know is a regular guy, he's a real millionaire.
Okay.
Eddie Howlett never gets dressed.
Okay.
He's a freaking, to him, to us, he's a bum. Eddie has a bum. But when Eddie goes out,
And generally, if people don't
He
want
ain't
to
gonna
get dressed
embarrass
and they know they
himself.
have to get dressed to go somewhere, they'll either make one or two decisions.
Yeah.
They either put the clothes on or they won't go.
Mm.
That is it. Those are the only
yeah,
two things
Jay,
that
you're
don't
not
happen.
gonna see. But again, you're right. If I'm the king of Siam, I can come in flip flops and a straw hat and some speedos. Because you know what? Hey, lock the door. I got everybody in here. Who's that guy? King of Siam. Oh, I am. Order what you want. Order what you want. Hit pause.